Welcome back to another video on how you can create a website here in Go High Level. Now, before we proceed, I would like to apologize because I wasn't able to let you know this. Okay, so basically, there are different tabs on the top, and basically, I think you've noticed that I was in the funnel tab yesterday, and that's actually because I only intended to make a funnel. So basically, a funnel is like a one page website, mainly created to actually generate sales, while a website is basically a site wherein you have multiple pages. You have like homepage, about me, services, um, and all other pages out there like contact us, blogs, articles, or whatever. Now, because I really want to make it very simple, I want to um, make it like almost not entirely a one pager, but almost a one pager site. That's why I was going for a funnel. I do apologize. I wasn't really very clear about that yesterday. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, so again, you just need to click on sites, and then from our list, the one that we have, just select this one. Okay, you can actually click this one or this one and edit, but just simply click this. Okay, so for funnels, it's actually like a milestone, like there's a step-by-step procedure and stuff like that. What will happen if you um basically lead someone to actually go into a specific page. Now for this sample, what we have is home and thank you page for now. We don't have like any other um uh I would say next step or ABC test page and something like that. So yeah, so what you have is home and thank you page. Just leave that for now. Okay. All right. So under steps, this is the page. Stats is where you can see like how many page view you got, right? How many people bought the products that you're selling inside it and stuff like that. For sales, generally this is about sales, right? Security header. I'm not so sure about this one, just to be honest. Um, I'm not sure if this is like the first time that I've seen security header. I might need to like need help and take a look at this one. Or if it's necessary for what we need to do for events, if there's an event that we don't have. So here is the settings. What's the name of um the actual funnel or site is what sacred current, right? Currents. Sacred currents. So for all of the things that you need to put in here, um, for tracking purposes, usually some people would put in something that came from Google Analytics. Um, but it actually depends on where you want to get the information from. So favicon URL, because I don't have a domain yet. I don't have anything yet because basically we're just doing things from scratch. So these are the place where you can edit the stuff, including the body tracking code and stuff like this. So these are honestly like some sort of more technical side, but if you're really doing marketing, I do suggest that um, you ask like Google, AI, what is the head tracking code for, body tracking code, where do you get this information, um, for you to figure it out. But since I'm just creating it, since you're just creating it, you probably don't want to dive into this one first, unless you want to connect the domain as soon as possible. But for now, since we don't have a domain for this one yet, let's leave it as it is. Okay, but I'm gonna save it just in case because I changed the title. Okay, so now if I wanna go and edit this one, I just need to click on edit, edit, edit. Okay, all right. Okay, so I don't have a logo yet, so I'm just skipping this. Okay, I thought I saved it yesterday, but for some reason it looks like it wasn't saved. So I think I have to do it again. It happens from time to time because I might probably have not clicked on saved, but you might want to double check that just to make sure. So I think I was using Chat GPT last night when we were trying to generate. Oh, okay. I I didn't realize that this is Chat GPT already. Mm-hmm. Was I using Dola yesterday? Okay, so I was using Dola. Okay, so what did I use? I think I used this one, right? So again, I have to copy and paste it. Very simple. Just click it, and I think we set it to 20, and then uh, what? Mhm. I'm not sure if this is the one that I used yesterday. I couldn't remember, but I think this was it. But okay, I'll be removing the period. I'm gonna. Oops. Okay. I like this one, so I'm gonna retain this. Okay. I do remember like dragging this one. So basically, what happened here is that, okay, all right, let me show this to you. So there is what we call sections. Okay, so there are different types of, sizes for the sections. So what you have to put in initially when you are creating um, pages like this would be the section. So there's like full width, wide, medium, and small. So the very first thing that you have to put in when you're creating a funnel or a site is a section. So a section is like the cut So basically, this is like, for example, so this is one section. As you can see, it's purple, and then the other one is a white, and then a purple again. So that's like a section. And people use section so they can, put in like a contrast to the page, like because this is violet or purple, then this is white, to give it more luxurious look, to give it, a life. And to make sure that once you click, because basically you can, like, for example, if this, let's say I have a button here, and if you want this specific button to actually go down to the bottom, and go to like contact us page, so basically you can use a section so you can so let's say I have footer, right, and then I have a button. Let me just show it to you. So for example, you have a button. Okay, so I can generally tell the button to actually scroll to element. Okay, and then I will select, hold on, I can select the whole footer. So what happens is that when someone clicks this specific button, it would scroll the screen down to the footer. And this is one example why you have to have a section. Okay? Now, so basically, if I try and create a website, of course, a funnel, like this one at the top, again, just like what I mentioned to you yesterday, this is a header banner. This is like what's on the top usually. And um, because uh, I like to section everything to make sure that everything is, placed properly and stuff like that. I can move everything around without, having to affect some of the elements inside it. So elements are like the graphics, the font, the icons, and stuff like that. I basically use section. So, um, for example, I will have an announcement. So I will put in a section at the top, right? And then I'll make it white, or I'll make it red or something. So for now, I'll make it white, okay? And then inside a section, you would basically put in a row, okay? So one column, two column, three column. And in here, as you can see, this is the section. It's the color green part. And then when I move the mouse and hover it, okay, the blue one right here is basically the row. Okay, so the green is a section, the blue one is the row. Okay, and these are actually just like the columns inside a row. Okay, so the purple one and the orange one is actually the element. Okay, so don't get confused. So for example, I'll be um, putting in an announcement. Okay, I will click this and simply drag it here. Okay, and I would have like a three-row thing at the top. Okay, and what I would usually do is, um, no, never mind. I'm gonna use one column, and then I'll have, then I will add. Okay, so as you can see, I have the button to add it, to add something here, or I can simply simply click on elements and then add. Okay, so let's just say I have like a sub headline that I want to put in there. So Let's say I have a promo, free. What free? Okay, free body scrub for couple massage. Okay, and I want to stick in brand, so I'm gonna use the color. Okay, now I know. Okay, I know that this looks awful because you want the announcement a little bit, probably a little bit bigger, but you don't want a lot of spaces right there. Okay, there's just too much space, right? So I will click this and I will click on style, and I want to make sure that in the margin and padding I basically select 0. Okay, right. Then I'm gonna select the blue. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure that this one is 0 as well, and for this one I'm gonna make it at 0 as well. So you have a very small, oops, sorry. So you will have a very small announcement right at the top. Okay, then I could probably put in use promo code mm, couple. This is, and basically you can actually put in an animation into this if you want to, or you would probably want to like make this one a moving GIF, so it's like it's flashing. That is actually possible. That's how businesses are actually, you know, putting in some banner on the top of their pages. Now if I want to like change like the background color, because I want to have like a yellow background color, I can basically do that. So I just need to select the background color under general. Okay, so this is just one sample how businesses are doing it. So okay, I'm gonna remove that for now. So okay, again, this is actually the section. Okay, there's, don't get confused. Okay, I know that it's really confusing because when I double click it, you have the option to actually change this one here. This is a new feature, um, and basically you can actually do it from here and here as well, or some of the functions that were initially in here were actually transferred here. um, and also you can start everything from scratch if you don't want a template. That's also fine. I just basically started from template because i I really not planned this. So that's why I'm just getting all the ideas from AI for now. I because because yeah, I think I did not think it through. But yeah, this is how you can basically do it. Now, again, if you want to add like another section, which is a wide section, not a full width section, so just simply drag it and it will basically do it like this. Okay, and then if you want to add a row, let's say you want to add two row, hold on, two row, okay, two rows, right? And then add something in here like another line or something, or I basically just only have like um, like a massage service, and whatever service I have, then basically I can do that. Now, if I want to move things around, as you can see, if I hover the mouse and click this, I can just simply drag it. Oops, and it goes like this. Again, drag it and it goes like this. But it's too far, doesn't look good. So I want to drag it inside um that row. Okay. So as you can see, there's a lot of things going on. There's like a row section that was not really used or something. But yeah. Okay. So this is how you can do it now. I can move things around. So let's just say, because I'm not offering a beauty service, I can just simply drag everything right here. And then from the styles, I can move it here. And I can basically do it here as well. Oops. Just showing you how it can be done. Honestly, there's really different ways to do it. Now, the reason why it's like that, because remember, there's like 15 px space at the bottom, so I'll remove that so it would look like this one. And for this, if you want to have like that kind of shadow thing as a design, so let's just say, okay, again, this is like the column, right? Okay. Oh, sorry, this is the column. Yeah, this is the column element. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I wouldn't be putting in a border because a border would look like this one. So I'm gonna put a shadow instead, like a soft shadow. And then probably put this under one. Okay, and then if I want to add a background color, which I don't like, I'm just showing it to you. This is where you can edit stuff. So I know it's really not like the coding type. If you want to add like a code, so click this, type in a code. You can basically code it. If you want to insert the code here, that's how you can do it. There's basically different ways on how you can do it, so I'm just showing it to you. But yeah, um, so basically designing, I would say, would really take some time. So what I always suggest is put everything together, like how you want to basically see it just for now, like not polish it, like place them for now and then edit them afterwards. So I'm gonna undo this because I'm not sure yet what kind of services I want to offer, so I'm just gonna leave this as it is. But yeah, just put everything. That's my advice. Just put everything, even if it looks bad. Just place them, okay, and then design it afterwards. Because basically, if you place them, if you have generated a whole idea of what you want to put in, um, it's basically easier to edit stuff, move things around, and stuff like that. So I like the photo that they used. Where can you get photos? I've mentioned this multiple times. You can get it from Canva or Pexels.com. So Let me see. So I'm gonna open pexels.com and then I'm gonna use massage, right? So again, as you can see, our background is entirely white. So what I want to have is something that is white, not really dark or yellowish color. And I want to have Asian model. Um, I want to have Asian model because we are here in the Philippines. So back massage if I want to use back. So this is something like yellowish, so I wouldn't use that in a very white, clean white website. So let's look for more. And then as you can see, this section is like a square section. So I wouldn't recommend adding a horizontal um, photo. So this one looks good, but everything is entirely horizontal. So forgot. So let's try to let me try and download this. I use Pexels because it's free here. So I can filter it this way and select square. And then I can use this as well in some of the pages, I would say. Or in some of the photos. I think he or she has been using Asian models, so this is a good thing. Actually, this type of photo would be much better, but using this photo is also good because the more unedited or raw it is, the more convincing it is, I would say, than a very, very, polished one. This one is good as well because it this looks like it's taken from an actual spa instead of like a photo shoot and stuff like that. So it's more realistic, I would say. Okay. I haven't seen a photo that best match what I want. Um, but these ones are not bad. So it's just a matter of how picky you are. Anyway, since this is a tutorial video, let me just show you how it's done. So anyway, I if I want to replace this one, I just simply need to click this upload, and always make sure to rename stuff because you want to improve the SEO. I can um, best home service. That's how you want to be remembered. So you always need to like edit the business name or the photo. Okay. Now let's style this. Mm, so let's have five. Too much shadow. So let's try to use. Um. Okay. Let's see how it looks. Uh-huh. Okay. I will remove the. Okay. And then class 8. So I would use this, but if you have like a specific area only, like you might as well want to put this. I can basically use this word, or if I don't trust myself, reword this, make it catchier. Of course, I'm not the perfect person to actually use words like this, but yeah. Okay. So Control A, and then I would basically use this. All right. Now, okay, of course, we're not done. We have a lot of things to improve on. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to click on the mobile view and let you see how it looks like in the mobile section. Now, this is how it looks like. Basically, um, the way for you to be able to see the form, the actual form, is when you preview. So, um, for now, you wouldn't be able to see how it looks like that specific form. But all other things, you can basically see how it looks now. Um, like for example, this one, I would, I feel that in mobile view, this should be centered. Okay, this one is or should be centered as well. I feel that I don't want the line, and this one should be centered as well. So because in mobile view, it should look different, right? And all right, this one shouldn't be okay. Also, I want to put in a padding of probably 5 for this one, or no, 10. Okay, all right. So as you can see, when I got back in here, it did not affect how it looked here. So that's a good thing. Okay, so that's why it's always best to edit on the desktop first and then you edit from the mobile, because in the mobile all you just have to do, usually not all the time, is to basically adjust the alignment to make sure it fits the mobile view perfectly. So for the styles, we use this, and then that's just what I don't like, because I have to like click all of the elements and reposition them. But it doesn't really take a lot of time instead of like coding, right? So that's how I basically do it. Now, again, the technique of you knowing what to put in every of the elements is use AI. So I think I basically showed you the most important things. I probably just want to inform you to like, um, okay, before we end the video, I would like to make sure that you know this. So we have a save section here. So the section is also um, gonna help you with like putting in this one for, let's say, if this is tagged as footer, then it's basically gonna be saved in the global section. So global section is like, if I go to p sorry saved assets and go to global section, and if I want to add a page, then basically I can just simply click this and drag it here. But I just cannot do it because I basically have this. Okay, hold on, let me remove that. Okay, so I just simply need to click this and then drag it right here, and the entire section would already be there. So sometimes if you have like testimonials and you want the testimonials to be seen in different pages, or if you have like services and you want the services to be put in here and the actual service page, like if I have like an actual service page as a second page and stuff like that, that is why, or that is how saved assets is for you to basically, contain everything, save it, and then repurpose it in different pages. So as for the forms and stuff like that, usually it's done outside. Hold on, because I basically don't have a form just yet for this one. Um, so for forms, it's usually done outside. Though I wouldn't publish this, but yeah. So also, okay, I think I'm gonna record a separate video for that. But for now, I'm gonna end this video. You have, somehow an idea on how you can create a funnel or a website. So I hope this video would be able to help you out. So it's a 40-minute video. I hope you enjoy. Have a nice day. Bye.